not how you drive, it's how you arrive. Mama, there goes that man.
Philman Phil Films. Welcome.
Well, okay, people, welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, just welcome. Come back. This video is going to be kind of short. I needed a pick-me-up. Sometimes I find that I stray from my everyday schedule. Sometimes you just don't feel like doing shit. And that's when you really need to push yourself and work the hardest, in my opinion. And in some ways, I am doing that. Every now and again, you'll come across a story or possibly a rumor that would give you motivation, inspire you. Today, I got 3 brief clips. The very first one is going to be someone who asked some advice from what, at the time, he looked up as a role model. And then how that drove him to get to where he's at today. And how small this world is. And I thought it was a really cool story to start with. While my second story, everyone will know the athlete we're talking about when we get there. It's still inspiration. Didn't get the same results, outcome, as our first story did. But nevertheless, it motivates me. It instills in me what has to be done. No matter the outcome or the results, this is how you attack this head on. And that's why I've got the second video in here. And then lastly, this is just small miracle, just a small miracle. Anyway, guys, look, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys at the end.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Because I was on that set, and that was the set for the remake of Highlander with Henry Cavill. So I'm playing Ramirez, which was the Sean Connery character.
Oh, wow.
So I'm excited by it. I'm really looking forward to it. But there I was, turning up to the gym to do my katana sword and, you know, going to these meetings and everything. But I was empty. I was absolutely empty. And it was just to the point where I texted my agent and I'd said, you know what? I maybe need to talk to these guys because I'm not sure if I don't have any juice here. I don't know what I'm going to be bringing. You know, I'm sitting in these meetings and everybody's talking, but it's all just bouncing off my face. You know, I'm not really taking anything in. And that same night, I get a phone call around 10:30, and it's so unusual because I have everything turned off on my phone. It never rings. But for whatever reason, it did ring. It was the director saying, look, I'm so sorry to tell you that Henry's injured himself. He's ruptured his Achilles. So we're going to have to push the film. Now, I love Henry. I've known him for a long time. I've known him since he was a schoolboy.
Oh, wow.
And I met him at a place called Stowe School in England. I was doing a scene in a movie called Proof of Life, talking to my son in the movie, and in the background, a rugby game's going on. And, you know, we're doing the scene and everything, but I've got my eye on the field, and there's one guy on the field who is just displaying he's got a great brain for the game. And as it happens, we finish the scene and they break up the what's going on behind us, and that one kid is walking towards me, and he's the kid that I've been watching. And he wants to have a chat. He introduces himself, and, you know, he just asked me, how do you get into acting? And so we had this very, very brief conversation. Then we got swamped by these other kids.
Walked up and I said, hi, my name's Henry. I'm thinking of becoming an actor. Do you have any advice, any tips? You know, what's it like?
A couple of days later, I was doing a present for the kid from that school who'd played my son, who's a boy called Merlin Hanbury Tennyson, his name's. And so I was doing a thing for him. And then I had some other things left over, and I was like, what was that other kid's name? Oh, Henry. So I wrote on a photo of Gladiator, of Maximus, which was a movie that had not actually been released yet, to Henry, Journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Russell.
Wow.
He kept that photograph with him for wherever he lived, or place to place, and he kept his dream alive and burning. The next time I see Henry Cavill is in a gym in Illinois, the outskirts of Chicago, and I'm working on one side of the gym, he's working on the other, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm Superman's dad. I reckon that must be Superman over there. Kind of looks like it, you know. So we worked in the gym a week or some more together before we talk, you know. And finally one day he comes over, puts his hand out, and we start talking. And I just, at one point, I went, do I know you? And he goes, yes, sir, you do. And he reminded me, and I went, Henry? That Henry? Is this Henry? It was crazy.
And 2 days later, I got a signed picture of him in Gladiator saying a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Russell.
That's wild.
Absolutely wild, right? And so now we have this other situation where, you know, he's kind of in the position of being the Highlander, and they asked him who he wanted to be Ramirez, and he said, I've only got one option, and you got to get him. And so, you know, that's fantastic. It's going to be a lot of fun when we do eventually get around to making it.
How cool must that be for him to have been a kid and met you and got you to sign that, and then working with you when he's Superman?
Superman. Yeah, it was.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Every day, the first person there before the sun would be Jordan. And he was there because he wasn't good. He would work with a batting instructor and work all day long and be the last person to leave every night also. I asked him what it was like for him in the morning. And Jordan said, I get up before the sun comes up and I make myself some breakfast by myself. He was down there alone. And I get in the car and I'm driving to spring training, and there's no one really out on the roads yet. And I look at the seat next to me, and I see my dad. And I talk to him. I think to myself, Pops, we're doing this. We're doing this together. And the day would end, and he would say to the batting instructor, can we do a little more? I think I'm getting this. I think I'm learning this. I think I'm getting this. And that's when Sports Illustrated put him on the cover, saying that Michael Jordan has embarrassed baseball. And as I would watch him there every night as the sun was going down and the other ball players had left, and I would see this guy working to get better, Michael Jordan working to get better, I couldn't help thinking that if you ever have children, you ought to pray that they grow up someday to embarrass you like this.
A Polish woman found a little girl who had gotten separated from her mother. She discovered that the girl's parents were killed, and so she took her in, decided to raise her with her husband. They named her Paula. They never told her anything of her Jewish history. Paula did very well in school, and later on became a pediatrician. When Paula was 25, her Polish mother passed away. After the funeral, Paula's mother's friend came to her home and told Paula of the story of how she was found as a toddler. She said, when your mother found you, you were wearing this gold necklace with Hebrew writing on it. Paula went into her mother's old jewelry box and found the necklace. Paula met a rabbi in Poland who confirmed that the Jewish name Devorah was inscribed on the necklace. After years of learning about her Jewish roots, Paula decided to move to Israel. In August 2001, there was a terrorist attack in Jerusalem. As a doctor, Paula was called to the hospital to help treat the wounded. When she got there, she saw an elderly man who was searching frantically for his granddaughter. The man described what she was wearing and added that she had this gold necklace. And so Paula found this granddaughter. At the sight of the necklace, she froze. She turned to the man and asked, where'd you buy that necklace? He said, well, I used to be a goldsmith, and I actually made that necklace. In fact, I made 2 identical necklaces for each of my daughters. This is my granddaughter from one of my daughters, Penina. But my other daughter did not survive the war. This is how Devorah was reunited with her father. You know, even in the darkest of places, the hidden hand of God provides opportunities for us to find meaning and wonder. When we can take each difficult step in our own personal journey boldly and courageously, we will be able to find miracles in our lives.
Okay, people, I told you, not going to be a long video. We're going to end the video there. I just had 3 little stories I wanted to put out that I enjoyed each and every one of those. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I know you could be anywhere else watching people do other things, but you're here hanging out with me, and I appreciate that. I hope you come back, and I'll see you guys next time.
We have a new student joining us today, and I know you will all make him feel welcome. Say hello to Bahir Hassan Abdul Hakim. Uh-oh. Dude, not good. Why don't you take a seat in Kyle's empty desk for now?
Okay. Ooh, no.
Eric, what the hell is wrong with you?
What's wrong? Has he been checked for bumps?
All this talk of getting old is getting me down my